What's up, Play Sports Gamer here, and when I saw the title of this article, I was shaking my head. I call BS on Pat Mahomes. So before I get into this article, I appreciate a like, a subscription, and a comment. A like would be great. It's just a little click on the thumbs up, and that really helped my channel out, so I appreciate it. So let's get to the article. Patrick Mahomes' priority is legacy and winning rings, not money. It all sounds good, but I really think that's BS. Let's just say Pat Mahomes wasn't thinking about money when he signed that 10-year, $450 million contract. One of the richest in sports history. That wasn't about money, right, Pat? Nah, that couldn't have been about money. That's about getting the best players in Kansas City. That was about getting a great offensive line, paying them money. I don't think so. $45 million a year. That's a lot of the salary cap taken up by just one player. So let's get started. Ever since signing what at the time was the richest contract in NFL history, Patrick Mahomes has watched its annual pay has slipped to 7th among league quarterbacks. Maybe that is why he's saying, oh, money is not an issue, because all these quarterbacks are passing him, and they're only passing him with annual average, not total contract. No team is probably stupid enough to sign a Jalen Hurts or Lamar Jackson or Deshaun Watson to that much money for that amount of time. So I don't know why he cares so much to even mention this about his contract and about the money he makes. Mahomes indicated Wednesday after the Chiefs concluded their first week of off-season practice that he didn't find this development troubling. Of course it's not troubling. He's banking in the money. I can tell you who cares about money in his family. It's his brother and his wife. They really love him collecting all that money. And let me just say, there's no denying that Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL right now, and probably has so between him and Aaron Rodgers over the last 2-3 years. He's an awesome talent. He has a cannon for an arm. He has just enough scrambling ability to get the yards he needed or to get out of the rush. So I'm not denying that he's a supreme talent. He really is. But when I hear this, that he doesn't care about money, it's the stupidest thing I've heard, because all these athletes, all they do care is about money. They care about the advertisement dollars coming in. Yes, he cares about his legacy, because his legacy is getting all these commercials and is banking in the money. That's where the athletes get most of their money, from advertisements. So this is why I wanted to do this video. And no duh, a lot of athletes care about Super Bowl rings in NFL. Tom Brady, that's all he cared about, was getting Super Bowl rings. Everybody cares about getting Super Bowl rings. But they most care about getting the huge contracts to set themselves up for life, and so they could afford a great living after their pretty short NFL career. Quarterbacks is longer, but most of these NFL players, they just have one big contract, maybe two, to try to set themselves up for life. So sorry, Patrick. Money is a huge issue in your life. Yes, I don't know him personally. I don't know what's going through his brain. Everybody from the outside will see that money is a driving issue with athletes, no matter what sport you play. I've always said I worry about legacy and winning rings more than making money at this moment. We see what's going on around the league, but at the same time, I'll never do anything that's going to hurt us from keeping the great players around me. So it's kind of teetering around the line. Mahomes became the highest paid player in summer 2020 when he signed a 10-year extension worth $450 million. No player has topped that in contract in terms of total value, but 6 other quarterbacks, including Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, and this offseason Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson, have passed Mahomes in average pay. Mahomes could fall further down the salary list this summer if lucrative extensions are signed by Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert, who are both eligible for long-term deals for the first time. First, let me say that maybe Mahomes' contract did hurt them. Where's Tyreek Hill? He's in Miami. He got that big contract in Miami. Kansas City probably couldn't afford to pay him that money. So that statement, he wants to keep great players around him, is sort of BS, because he knows great players don't stick around. They want the huge contracts. And with the money that is being paid to Mahomes, it's hard for Kansas City to keep these star players. Maybe if that statement was true, that Mahomes really wants that, maybe renegotiate your contract to pay you less money per year so you could keep these great players. Were you going to do that, Mahomes? I really don't think so. So yes, maybe at this time when he doesn't care, because he He has that huge contract already. And that's going to be probably his last contract. It's 10 years. And I don't know why teams sign players for 10-year contracts. It never pans out. Never. Ask A-Rod that for the Yankees. Maybe it pans out for the first 3 years, but it never really pans out for the whole contract. Yes, quarterbacks are treated like little children that you can't touch, so their careers last longer, aka Tom Brady. So maybe Mahomes will fulfill at least most of his contract at the high rate of stats he's putting up now. On the whole, these huge contracts really don't pay out for the teams. I don't know why they signed players for that long. Chiefs general manager Brett Veach said in the offseason that the Chiefs would look at sweetening Mahomes' contract, although he gave no timetable. Mahomes' current deal runs through 2031. You just want to do whatever or not hurt other quarterbacks financially, Mahomes said. Whenever their contract comes up, you want to keep the bar pushing higher. It's not about being the highest paid guy. It's not about making a ton of money. I've made enough money where I'm set for the rest of my life, but at the same time, you got to find the line where you're making a good amount of money, but you're still keeping a lot of great players around you so you can win these Super Bowls and you're able to compete in these games. Mahomes said it's a difficult balance between the two. I think it's for all these guys. I think you see the guys that are getting paid this last offseason. They're trying to find the right spot. Again, if he's so concerned about keeping great players, instead of sweetening your deal, how about reducing your deal so you can keep these Tyreek Hills around? And again, like I said, I got to give him credit. Even losing those players, he still won the Super Bowl last year. He still put up a ton of points against a great Eagles defense. So maybe they just kept enough talent around to win. Then they lost more receivers this past offseason. So we'll see what happens this year. But that's again, I call BS on Mahomes about wanting to keep great players around because he's getting paid a ton of money. Yes, maybe it's 6th or 7th in the league for annual, but he's still up there, $45 million a year. I've had videos before where I don't think any player is worth that much money. I don't know why these players get paid so much, especially when they keep on raising ticket prices on the average person where they can't afford going to sporting events anymore. I really don't like to go to sporting events. I'll watch it on TV because it costs so much money for tickets, parking, if you want food, like anything. It costs so much money where you're spending hundreds to maybe thousands of dollars to watch a sporting event. In the last paragraph, you look at the greats in the league, they find the right spot where they're getting paid a lot of money, but at the same time keeping a lot of great players around. I understand you look at the team, you got guys like Chris Jones, L'Jarius Sneed, and even Travis Kelce. All these guys that you need to keep around you to have these great teams, but at the same time, you want to make sure you're taking care for yourself. And that's a key line, taking care of yourself. And we all like to take care of ourselves. Some have more privilege to do it than others. Like these athletes have great privilege to take care of themselves, getting all these great money contracts. But to wrap this up, I really think Mahomes is BS, that he doesn't care about money. Everybody cares about legacy, especially nowadays. You need to keep your brand going. And of course, they want to win the rings, but he's won his 2 rings. Yes, he wants more so he could be considered like the all-time great in the realms of Montana or Brady. But he's done well for himself with that huge contract signing. It looks like the Chiefs are going to give him even more money to keep him happy with all these other guys making a ton of money. The Aaron Rodgers, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jacksons. You got to keep him up there. Number 1, he's the best quarterback in the league. You should be paid the most in a year. Is that correct? So let me know what you guys think. And especially appreciate a like on this video and a comment below saying that you don't think it's BS what Mahomes is saying, or you agree with me that it is BS. He doesn't care about money. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll talk to you later. See ya.